your boy AJ of the Deep Thought, back at it again, once again. Ha ha! What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today, man? Yes, sir. Yeah, we back at it again with a brand new video, brand new topic. Before we get into this video, man, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to the page. Show love, hit the like button, and always remember to hit that post bell notification if you like my content. So now, we back at it again with a brand new video, man. Today I want to talk about why have no hip hop album hit the number one spot this year. You know what I'm saying? As it says on Complex Story, Complex did a story about a week or two ago, and they was explaining why no hip hop album or single had reached the number one Billboard spot in 2023. You know, they were saying this has been the longest calendar year without a rap album or single hit number one since 1993. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to get to the bottom of it, trying to find out, give my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? So I got some videos I want to play today. I'm gonna play a video from a brother by the name of July Jackson. Shout out to July Jackson with the luxury intent, man. He got a dope YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? Y'all support him. I'm gonna leave his links down in the description below. I got the first video, you know what I'm saying? He talks about why, hip hop did not reach no number one spot this year and his reasons and why he feels like why no rap album hit that number one spot this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play the video. I'm not going to show the video. I'm going to play the audio only, And as always, everything that I do and use is under the act of fair use. So, we finna check this video out. And then after that, we're going to get deep into the video. Let's check it out.
Boy July with luxury intent, and yes, you see the title. No hip hop album or songs has hit number one in 2023. And when I saw this article from Complex, I wouldn't say I was surprised, but at the same time, it took me aback. This year so far has been lackluster, which can be expected, especially with all the top dogs dropping albums last year.
Facts.
Kendrick dropped last year, Drake and 21 Savage dropped last year, and Lil Baby and Gunna dropped last year. All artists at the time who was guaranteed to go number one when they dropped. Except for Gunna though, because he was going up against The Weeknd and still ended up beating him out in sales the first week. But you get my point. So of course this was expected to happen when your guaranteed album sellers like I just mentioned are not dropping. So this year we have been depending on artists like Moneybagg Yo, Lil Durk, or Youngboy, who've all had previous number one albums in the past to achieve this feat again. The problem is these type of artists haven't established themselves on a mainstream level consistently to ensure a number one spot. They know it as well. That's why Moneybagg Yo tried to push his album back because he was originally set to drop against Durk and Morgan Wallen. I think Durk would have as well, but the rollout for Durk was too perfect to push it back just for a number one spot. Don't get me wrong, it's important to chart number one because for most artists, it's contract incentives for having a number one album. These incentives are worth millions of dollars. You know it's real when you get DJ Khaled out of character, and for once, he actually showed himself being human when he attacked Tyler the Creator because Tyler's album went number one over his. He was wrong for dissing Tyler, but I respect the fact he kept it real about how he felt about the situation, whether he was right or wrong about it.
I gotta say this too.
Facts.
I make albums so people can play it, and you actually hear it. Driving your car, you hear another car playing it. Go to the bar.
I'm going to fast forward that, you know what I'm saying? It's DJ Khaled. That's when, DJ Khaled and Tyler the Creator had their little spat because Tyler the Creator had beat DJ Khaled over the number one spot, you know what I'm saying? I think, was it last year or the year before that? I'm not really sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fast forward that a little bit, and we're going to get back into the nuts and bolts of the video. Let's go.
For a minute.
I think Durk realized that if he pushed it back, his first week sales would have been lower trying to chase the number one spot. So he probably felt the trade-off wasn't worth it. I see people overreacting saying that it's because hip-hop is not that popular no more and people listening to other genres now, which is partly true. Hip-hop is not as popular as it was in 2018, but let's not get it twisted. It's still the number one listened to genre in the country right now.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of people have to take things into account when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Now, you have to understand that we all know the top dogs in hip hop is Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Them is the top dogs. Lil Baby became a top dog sometime probably about 2 or 3 years ago when he became a top dog. So whenever they drop something, 9 times out of 10 they going number one always. You know what I'm saying? Because them is the guys that the industry has put on the pedestal. Them is the people who is proven. You know what I'm saying? Especially Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Other guys like Dirk, Moneybag Yo, NBA YoungBoy, those guys, they are the hottest. They are like the hottest in the game, but they do not have the fan base like a Drake or a Cole or a Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Even Lil Durk having a song with J. Cole didn't help his album go up no higher. You know what I'm saying? And most people would say, hey, that's the best song Lil Durk done did, with him and J. Cole all my life. You know what I'm saying? But we still trying to get the understanding of why no album, when it comes to hip hop, haven't reached that number one spot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get deeper into it as the video goes. I got one more video I'm going to play. So we're going to get deep into it and we're going to figure out what's going on.
Hip hop and R&B are up 6.3% in overall units this year compared to 2022. Also, hip hop and R&B currently accounts for 26% of this year's market share, while country music accounts for 8.26% and Latin music accounts for 6.68%. So this narrative that hip hop is losing its pull in the mainstream is not true. But I will say hip hop is in a very weird space far as transitioning from the old stars to the new stars. Hip hop has to create some new stars, or I think we will be in trouble in the future though.
Facts.
Because all these subgenres of hip hop are cool and all. You got the underground, you got street rap, you got the lyrical scene, then you have the drill scene. It's a couple more, but you get what I mean. The point is that all these subgenres divide the whole hip hop community.
Facts.
This is the first time in history that hip hop has been this divided. Playboi Carti could go number one, and a fan of another subgenre couldn't even name one song from him if their life depended on it.
Facts.
And let me make this clear. I'm not saying you have to be fans of a specific artist. I'm just talking about how subgenres lock you inside your own world and cause you not to be aware of anything outside of it. I see it all over the internet. Street rap fans will discredit the underground or another subgenre just because it's not theirs, and the same thing with the underground community.
Facts.
They'll discredit any other subgenre if it's not theirs either. And this division is not good right now, especially when hip-hop lacks new star power. This is not all on the consumer and fans though. More artists have to find a way to make more music that can try to appeal to all subgenres to a certain extent.
Facts.
Because in the early 2010s, whatever artist went number one on the charts, hip-hop fans knew somewhat of their music or a couple of songs. Now it's different times. A rapper could go number one and a lot of hip-hop fans would not know one song from that artist.
And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, shout out to July Jackson. I agree 100%, because you got to think about it. If you go back to at least like the 90s, that's kind of when like the subgenres started to become a thing, because you got to think about it. When you had Public Enemy and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, and then you get down to artists like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, everybody coming out the West Coast per se, they had split them up to gangster rap, conscious, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest. They was, the native tongues. That was more of alternative hip hop. That's what they was calling it at the time. But it was conscious, more jazz feel type. Then you get to some stuff like Gangstar that was conscious, but it was still kind of street, So that's kind of where the subgenres kind of started. Then you get down the years when the South started to blow up. Now you got crunk music. Now here comes trap music. All these things that became its own subgenre within the same tree of hip hop. But at the same time, you knew what you was listening to, and you knew the artist that was under whatever subgenre you got. Now it's so many subgenres, you can't even name not one artist out of whatever subgenre you probably listening to. So if someone, so let's say somebody like NBA YoungBoy go number one. 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody gonna know who NBA YoungBoy is. Or make it vice versa, and let's say Benny the Butcher goes number one, or Griselda goes number one. 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody gonna know who Benny the Butcher or who Griselda is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like hip hop is at a space where you got all these subgenres, but ain't nobody trying to not saying link up, but not trying to understand what lane they in. You know, everybody is spread it out, and there's no type of ain't no type of unity in it. It's kind of divided. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons I feel like an album, when it comes to hip hop, has not went number one. You know what I'm saying? But we finna keep on going with the video, and then I'm gonna play my next video. Then I'm gonna give you my full point. Let's go.
I understand the internet is part of this reason, but still, when things like this are possible, it's hard to create new hip hop stars. Because at the end of the day, stars is what take the genre to new heights.
Facts.
Superstars are what keep the lights on at labels.
Facts.
I compare it to the WWE. Yeah, you got Edge and Christian. Yeah, you got the Dudley Boys. And yeah, you got the Hardy Boys. But we all know Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, and Kurt Angle is the ones that sold them tickets during the Attitude Era. And for the people who going to be in the comments saying nothing wrong with this subgenre culture, that's cool. I'm just telling you that's one of the reasons why we are lacking new superstars today in hip hop. It's not all on the fans though. Let me repeat that. Whatever artist can come along and be able to appeal to all sides, or the majority of them, sky will be the limit. I really believe Roddy had all the elements to do so. He just dropped the ball. This drought that's going on far as hip hop not having the number one song or album is about to end sooner than later though. Uzi getting ready to drop Pink Tape. Travis supposed to drop his album by the end of the year, and J. Cole's supposed to drop his album by the end of the year. All guaranteed number ones. If female hip-hop for our singles are having major motion right now, I can't even lie. This has probably been their best year in a while. Not from an album standpoint, but most definitely from a single standpoint though.
Facts. And that's another point I want to get into. You got to understand, they pushing more female artists out now. You know what I'm saying? Ice Spice is literally like the hottest female rapper out right now. On top of Lotto and Glorilla. And you still got Cardi B, who is basically like a veteran now. But whenever she does something, she gonna get motion. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Nicki Minaj finna drop a new album soon. So, even though Nicki Minaj is from the old guard, you got the newer females, you know, like Lotto, and even though Megan Thee Stallion haven't dropped nothing lately, she's still hot. And like I said before, Ice Spice is the hottest female rapper that's out right now, right beside with Glorilla and so many others. Now you got this new girl by the name of Sexy Red that they pushing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of art. It's a lot of female artists getting a push right now. And a lot of the art of the dudes are taking like a back seat. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that still don't answer the question of why an album, when it comes to hip hop, hasn't reached that number one spot. You know what I'm saying? But it will change. You know, it's not gonna be like that forever. Somebody gonna come out that most people like, and it's gonna go number one. But we're gonna get a little bit deeper into it in just a minute.
Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj single Princess and Diana charted top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, and Lotto and Cardi B Put It on the Floor has peaked at number 13 as today of this video. I think one of these female rappers has a real chance of making a number one hit this year before a male rapper does. Overall though, no hip hop album or song hit number one in 2023 is not as bad as it seems. Hip hop is still in a good state far as being the top genre, and we still have another 6 months to see how things play out.
And I'm going to end the video right there, man. Shout out to July Jackson with the Luxury Intent, man, for his video. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave his links down in the description below. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go and support that dude. He got a dope ass channel, and I like the videos that he make. You know what I'm saying? So now we finna get to the nuts and the bolts of this. They asked Bow Wow how he feel about today's hip hop. The BET Awards was last Sunday, and they asked Bow Wow why he feels like hip hop haven't hit a number one record this year. Why it didn't reach number one? Why no hip hop song nor album reached number one? And this was his answer. Shout out to Hip Hop DX for the video. Let's check it out.
100 charts this year, and his response caught many off guard.
So how do you feel about that?
Putting out trash ass music.
No, not the trash music.
It's serious. Everything sounded like everything repetitive, same tempo. It's roll out the bed. Everybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. And I feel like now we getting and the reason and now we finally getting to a point where I feel like now it's about to shift back into the real. Like you really gotta have talent. You really gotta go. I think people are starting to get tired of it now. That's why you don't see nothing charting. Everything sound the same. Every girl want to get a bag, get a rich. Spin the block. I'm sliding on the. Everything is sound the same. Ain't nobody doing nothing different. So it's time to shake the game up and get it back to what it need to get back to, and that's just the real essence of artistry and real good music. Like that's gonna last forever.
Is
Like,
there anybody that
I don't know. I ain't heard nothing that I say I'm gonna hear this 30 years from now.
Wow.
Nothing.
There's nobody.
I mean Drake, Kendrick, and I would say Cole. Other than that,
By June last
Let me go back. I want y'all to hear exactly what he said again. We're gonna wind that back so y'all can hear this. Listen to exactly what Bow Wow said. Listen to what he said exactly.
off guard.
So how do you feel about that?
putting out trash ass music.
No, not the trash music.
It's serious. Everything sounded like everything repetitive, same tempo. It's roll out the bed. Everybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. And I feel like now we getting and the reason and now we finally getting to a point where I feel like now it's about to shift back into the real. Like you really gotta have talent. You really gotta go. I think people are starting to get tired of it now. That's why you don't see nothing charting. Everything sound the same. Every girl want to get a bag, get a rich. Spin the block. I'm sliding on the. Everything is sound the same. Ain't nobody doing.
Y'all heard what he said? Y'all heard what he said? He said that artists are putting out trash ass music. I agree. Regardless of whoever goes number one, I don't care who it is. It's not going to change the fact that a lot of today's rap sounds the same. A lot of the music is repetitive. A lot of the music is the same type of metaphors, the same type of melody, the same type of flavor, the same type of style. Now, you might not agree that Bow Wow should not be the one to say that, but he's right. However you feel about it, he's right. Hip hop is in a good place as far as marketing and promotion and where it stands on the global world. But on the musical tip, hip hop is not in a good space. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of artists that's coming out, a lot of them just doing it for the money. Now don't get me wrong, whatever you do for the love of it, you should get paid for it. But at the same time, you got to make something that makes people want to listen. You got to make something that makes people want to be like, damn, bro, I want to put my son on this 5, 10, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Make something that's timeless. A lot of these artists are not making no timeless music. Now, I understand. I don't expect for every artist to be like the artists that came before us. I don't expect artists to be like Nas or Jay-Z or Biggie or Tupac. I don't expect for them to be like that at all. But at the same time, you still have to know how to make good music at the same time. You still got to have some type of quality in your music. If you don't have no quality in your music, what's the point of you even making music in the first place? And I feel like hip hop is at a place where we can still change it, but it's gonna take a whole lot of footwork. It's gonna take a whole lot of grunt work. And until we as like the consumers, we start supporting artists who do care about the art that they make, we gonna have this problem. And it is what it is after this. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about it, hip hop, like I said, as far as the global phenomenon, hip hop is at a good space globally. You know, everybody knowing what hip hop is, but as far as the music wise, hip hop is not at a good space. I'm talking about as far as mainstream. Now, there's a whole lot of good music that's out, but a lot of it be underground. And you know how they feel about the underground. The underground don't get it shot like mainstream do. And I feel like a lot of artists need to switch up and change it. And we as the consumers, we need to start pushing what need to be pushed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just leave it like that. So yeah, man, that's the end of the video, man. Shout out to July Jackson with the luxury intent for his video. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave his links down at the bottom of the description below. Y'all go and support him. He got a dope channel on YouTube. He's very informative. He's very on point, and he's spot on every time he drops something, man. So yeah, man, I'm going to end the video like this here, man. Y'all keep on supporting the real, man. Don't let this watered down music destroy what our ancestors built 50 years ago. Peace and one love.